working for you. CBS 6 News at 5 starts now.
Pulled over for driving under the influence, a state lawmaker released even after failing a breathalyzer test. Now police say they've finished reviewing the case. Hear why they're standing by the officer who did not press charges.
I am Paul Cash, and I'm the Wendy's bath kid.
Fired for taking a bath in a Wendy's kitchen sink, this 19-year-old tells us what happened after his video went viral.
And a fast-moving thief swipes package from his front porch. We'll tell you where in the city police are looking for him. But our top story right now at 5, police are searching for a hit-and-run driver after a man crossing the street was hit in Richmond. I'm Julie Bragg.
And I'm Rob Desir. Our crime insider John Burkett has been working on this story today, and he even found something that could help investigators. John?
And Rob, that something is surveillance video from a nearby business that shows a man matching the victim's description walking minutes before he was struck. Crime Insider sources tell me the victim is a father visiting RVA from New York, and his injuries will be life-altering. People that walk this stretch of Magnolia Street near Mechanicsville Turnpike say it's a drag strip day and night.
I drive like it's a sign that says drive like your kids live here, so I drive normal. But it be cars flying through here all the time.
Hearing that a man was seriously injured walking really came as no surprise. But the sad part, says Avante Smith,
that's wrong,
is whoever was driving didn't have the decency to stop.
If you was to hit somebody with your car and you don't stop, that's karma, pure karma. And no telling how it's gonna come back.
Richmond police believe the man was hit between 8:45 and 9:10 Thursday night. Crime Insider sources believe the man in this exclusive surveillance video is the victim prior to being struck. Minutes later, an alert patrolman discovers the man lying in a ditch in the 2200 block of Magnolia.
There's going to be a lot of video around the Magnolia and Mechanicsville area, but there's plenty of times you'll have to go to body shops. Hey, have you seen a white Chevrolet that was made between 94 and 96.
The physical evidence collected on scene will be crucial into finding what kind of car hit the man. Police believe it was traveling east on Magnolia Street and most likely has heavy front end damage.
Any of you ever hit a deer? Any of your viewers have ever hit a deer? The damage is similar but more extensive. You know, a human being average 180 pounds. It does a lot of damage to a modern vehicle with all the plastic that's in front of it.
And shortly after the victim is seen walking on Magnolia Street, 2 cars did pass through. Investigators are sifting through surveillance video, hoping to get a positive ID on that suspected car. Working for you in the city's East End tonight, John Burkett, CBS 6 News.
All right, John, thank you. We have some breaking news coming out of Petersburg. Police say someone stole a rifle from one of their police cars. They say it was parked at an off-duty officer's home last night in the Walnut Hill neighborhood. Investigators think the thief took the rifle from the trunk of the car between 10:15 p.m. and 11:35 p.m. They hope someone with information will come forward. Developing now, police in Chesterfield have arrested a man for setting a home on fire last summer.
And investigators in other counties say it's not the first time he's tried to light a building on fire. Bill Fitzgerald is in the studio to explain. Bill?
Well, Rob and Julie, we'll start with the charges announced today. David Stark is charged with arson and breaking and entering with the intent to commit arson. Police say he set this house on Singer Road on fire back on June 14th. Firefighters say it took more than an hour to get it under control. Police have not said why they think Stark set that house on fire. Stark also faces charges in 2 other incidents. Early in the morning of June 30th, firefighters in Prince George were called to the Touchstone Bank on Crossings Boulevard because of several small fires around the building. They were put out, and then shortly afterwards, investigators were called to the Bailey's Ridge Apartments for a fire in a stairwell. Stark was arrested a few days later and charged with 2 felonies. He pled guilty to both charges in those cases, and he will be sentenced for the crimes in March. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about these new charges. Rob?
All right, Bill, thank you. Now to a crime alert from Richmond. Police want to find the person in this video swiping a package from the front stoop of a house on Pink Street. This doorbell camera video was recorded between 1 and 2 p.m. back on February 10th, and other cameras catch him getting away on foot. Now, if you recognize this man, you're asked to contact Richmond police.
Well, not as much to talk about in the weather department today other than what people wish we had gotten yesterday that we didn't.
We didn't get a lot, but it is still cold outside. That's
Yeah.
one thing for sure. That hasn't changed much, Zach, at all in the last 24 hours.
No, and it's interesting. I did post a poll on Twitter. Go to my Twitter site. It's Zach Daniel CBS6. It's the same as Facebook. And I put a poll up there. I said, did you get more than you expected, less than you expected, or exactly what you expected? And I know that I'm probably going to get more than I asked for with that. But it's interesting just to kind of put your finger on the pulse of what people think. And has really nothing to do with my forecast. It has more to do with just the overall message. What did people think about what they were going to get yesterday, and whether or not they were disappointed or not. Let's check out what we've got outside right now. And currently it's in the 30s just about everywhere. It's been a chilly day, but a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. There's been a little bit of a breeze making it feel pretty chilly as well, but nothing going on right now, not only in Virginia, but all around the region. It is totally quiet. Nothing happening here with strong high pressure over the mid-Mississippi Valley. That's going to keep us clear tonight and really cold. Two things haven't happened this winter. We haven't gotten an inch of snow in any one day, and we also haven't seen a low temperature in the teens. We might get that low temperature in the teens tonight. We'll already be in the mid-20s by 11 o'clock. We'll talk more about the weekend forecast and a nice little warm-up, and more rain next week. That's straight ahead.
Thank you, Zach. We have an update to a story we told you about last month. A Virginia Police Department has completed a review of this traffic stop involving a state lawmaker. Christiansburg Police told us Delegate Chris Hurst took a breathalyzer test after being pulled over January 26th and registered a blood alcohol content slightly above the legal limit. At the time, the officer did not charge Hurst because his blood alcohol would likely have been within the legal limit by the time a court admissible test would have been administered. Today, the Christiansburg police chief told the Roanoke Times that an internal review found the officer did not violate any policies and did not give Delegate Hurst any preferential treatment during that traffic stop. The chief also pointed out that Hurst passed 3 of 4 other field tests for impaired driving. After the traffic stop, a passenger in the car was allowed to drive off with Hurst. Delegate Hurst did apologize after the incident for his poor judgment, as he called it.
We're following some controversy between state lawmakers over giving raises to sheriff's deputies across Virginia. CBS 6's Cameron Thompson joins us now at the Capitol to explain what's been happening. Cameron.
Yeah, Rob, and a Republican state senator says he is upset over a conversation he had with the Democratic Senate Majority Leader, which seemed to tie a rejection of pay raises for sheriff's departments to opposition to gun control.
I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. I could not believe that.
Republican Senator Bill Stanley recounting an exchange he says he had with Democratic Senate Majority Leader Dick Saslow. Exchange he also posted about on Facebook that's drawn tens of thousands of interactions. Stanley says it was during the Senate's debate Thursday on their version of the state's 2-year budget. As passed, Year 1 has a $200 one-time bonus for sheriff's departments. Year 2 has a 3% pay increase. Stanley proposed an amendment to make the 3% increase in Year 1 as well.
$200 doesn't go very far. In a lot of our sheriff's departments, the pay is very low for the job that they do. We have a high attrition rate. A lot of people leave that job to go get better paying jobs.
Democrats on the floor said there was no money in the budget to do that, and this was the best they could do.
Maybe next year when we come back, we can do a bit more. We probably can, but this is where we are right now, and we're paying for it.
The amendment was voted down, and Stanley says he then went to get a printout of the vote.
That's when Senator Dick Saslow approached me and said what he said.
Stanley says Saslow explained why sheriff's departments weren't getting a raise.
Because some sheriffs dared to come up here to the people's house and declare that they were going to support the Second Amendment of the Constitution.
Democrats are poised to pass several pieces of gun control legislation this year, and in response, many counties declared themselves Second Amendment sanctuaries, and some sheriffs said they would not enforce laws they saw as unconstitutional.
And I guess that didn't jibe too well with them.
CBS 6 asked Saslow if Stanley's story was accurate. Saslow did not deny it.
I said it. I said there's a lot of people. No, all I said was a lot of people are upset that these people come in and say they're not going to enforce our laws. That's all.
Now again, Stanley posted about this interaction on Facebook. It's drawn tens of thousands of interactions, including over 15,000 shares coming up at 6 o'clock here from one local sheriff who was among those who shared it and who also comes from a county that declared their support for the Second Amendment. Working for you at the state capitol, Cameron Thompson, CBS 6 News.
Live in Petersburg tell the problem solvers they are sick and tired of seeing rundown, boarded up homes in their neighborhood. And our senior reporter Wayne Koval found out state lawmakers have an idea on how to hold people who own those properties accountable. Wayne?
Julie, it's a decades-long problem. Absentee property owners living out of state but owning blighted houses and buildings in Petersburg. Relief, though, may be a bill in the General Assembly. If it becomes law, it will hit blighted property owners in their wallet.
We love it. We can't imagine being anywhere else.
Bobby Milford has good reason to love his historic home.
1823.
On High Street.
It's beautiful. Except, of course, the house next door.
Wedged between two historic homes.
This is bad. There's no other way to talk about it. I mean, you can see it's falling down.
Milford says for 5 years, little to nothing has been done to the property.
We mowed the yard the first year we were here just to keep it nice.
And now?
It is tough because it devalues our home.
But House Bill 755 could change that.
What we're trying to do is get them to pass this bill to allow the city of Petersburg to add 5 to 10% on blighted properties.
A bill not designed as a revenue stream.
Well, here there's a tax where you can apply to these homes in which they have to pay. You either pay, fix it up, or sell.
But it's not just aimed at houses.
It doesn't look good. It makes the city look bad.
Owning a building next to the empty Ramada, Jennifer Moore approves of the tax bill.
I think it's wonderful because then it's going to help the city clean things up, and either it'll hit them in the pocketbook where they'll have to do something about it, sell it, whatever.
So far, the bill has made it through committees in both the House and Senate. If it becomes law, the 5 to 10% added tax could mean hundreds or thousands of dollars added on to a tax bill. Julie?
All right, thanks for the update, Wayne. And the CBS 6 problem solvers are here to help. You can call 254-3672 or email problemsolvers@WTVR.com.
Dominion Energy wants to reduce the cost of your monthly power bill, and the company says a proposed fuel rate adjustment would bring what they call a typical residential power bill down by about $6 a month. The new rate still needs to be approved by the State Corporation Commission, and if it is, the bill reduction will take effect on May 1st.
Henrico police have charged the victim of a crime that happened at Hermitage High School last week. They say 21-year-old William Van Huysen Jr. is charged with possession of a weapon on school property. Officers say he had a shotgun in his pickup truck that was stolen by Brendan Collins and Eric Cheatham. They're accused of opening the door to the unlocked truck and taking the gun from underneath the passenger seat. Investigators say the weapon was never taken inside the high school. China changing the way they're tracking cases of the coronavirus, and as a result, the count of people infected has increased. In other parts of the world, people are now protesting the return of citizens under quarantine. We're going to tell you what health experts have to say about the outbreak today.
And taking stock of the snow, we're going to show you other parts of Virginia that were hit a bit harder when the winter weather showed up yesterday. Zach?
All right, the snow is long gone now, but now we have the cold. I'll show you just how low the temperature will go by tomorrow morning when the News at 5 continues.
Hey, Reba, what's your favorite thing about a snow day?
Ooh, the hot chocolate, sledding, building a snowman.
Ah, but you know the #1 rule about snow, right?
What's that?
Don't eat yellow snow. What? We have weather dogs. Louie? Walter? Snow? It's yellow. It's yellow.
CBS 6 This Morning. Weekdays 4:30 to 7.
Get monumental savings all month long during Sheehy Ford's President's Day sales event. It's easy to find our lowest price up front with Easy Price.
It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy.com.
Wall Street banks took advantage of millions of Americans during the recession. So my wife Kat and I took action. We started a nonprofit community bank with a simple theory. Give people a fair deal and real economic power. Invest in the community, in businesses owned by women and people of color, in affordable housing. The difference between words and actions matters. That's a lesson politicians in Washington could use right now. I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message.
I hate this bed.
Time for a breakthrough from Cons Home Plus.
But we
just need to use the Cons Low Payment Finder. Good credit or building credit. We'll find the lowest payment tailored to you.
And during the Cons Home Plus President's Day event, get our lowest prices ever on select mattresses, plus a free TV or iPad. And save 50% on love seats when you buy the matching sofa. So you can turn this into this.
Get monumental savings all month long during Sheehy Ford's President's Day sales event. Get up to 125% of KBB value with Easy Trade.
It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy.com.
CBS 6 Sky Tracker, sponsored by JES Foundation Repair.
The number of coronavirus cases and deaths continues to rise, and now fears over the virus have sparked protests in Europe. Demonstrators in the Ukraine showed up to protest the return of 70 people evacuated from China and put into quarantine. None of the people evacuated have tested positive for the virus. They are simply being monitored in case symptoms do arise. 2,200 people have died from the virus. All but 11 of those victims were in China. An additional 11,000 people have been treated and discharged from hospitals there since the outbreak began. Well, did you get your flu shot this year? The Centers for Disease Control says this year's vaccine has offered, quote, substantial protection to many people. CDC numbers show it has reduced flu-related doctor's visits by 45%. The CDC expects the flu season to continue for several more weeks, though.
For many people, it might be a bit too chilly to ride a bike around Richmond, but if you do need two wheels to get around, there's another spot you can rent a bike. Yesterday, Richmond's Department of Public tweeted the city is expanding their fleet of bike share bikes. A new station has been installed at Main Street Station, bringing the number of total stations up to 17. Now, if you look closely, you can see each bike has a little lightning bolt on the back wheel. That means there's a small motor in them to help you pedal up steep hills. That'll definitely help.
Yeah. Well, just a little bit of snow for most of us in Central Virginia, but here's what it looked like in Hampton Roads, a little bit more. This is video from photographers at our sister station there, and they shot it in Suffolk and Chesapeake. Look at that. You can see it clinging to branches and sticking on the grass. A number of schools in that area were closed or delayed today.
There was enough snow on those cars and on the ground there, you could make some snowballs. You could probably, a little while longer, you could probably make a decent sized snowman. But for us, we weren't as lucky. But the one thing you can make, Zach, is like that when you blow your breath out, is that cold air, look like smoke. You can do that, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah, that is one thing that we have. I saw some video of a little girl, and granted, I think that the hill that she was on didn't have enough slope to it, but she was trying to sled, and it was sad. It was really sad. She ended up just kind of getting muddy by the end of everything. But that's kind of where we are. We know those of us that love snow. Now, I'm one of them. That's 3 events that have gone past, and none of those, at least here in Richmond, none of those have produced more than 9/10 of an inch. That's the biggest one we've had. Yesterday, the official total was ½ an inch out at RIC. That means this bad boy stays for a little bit longer. Let's check out what we've got outside right now. It is 38 degrees, a north to northwesterly wind at 13 miles per hour, so it feels like 30 currently. And look at the dew point, 8. Dry air, and with clear skies and winds that'll be letting up a little bit, it's going to be a really cold night. Other temperatures across Virginia are all in the 30s. Until you head out to our out west, temperatures in some areas have made it into the very low 40s. When you factor in that wind, it feels like it's out or below freezing in almost every location. Many locations, it feels like it's in the 20s. And our temperatures tonight, dropping all the way down into the low 20s. Again, we have not made it into the teens yet this season. Tonight could be that night. I'm going with 20 for our low here in Richmond. So very cold overnight tonight, lows in the teens and 20s, and then a nice warm up with dry weather through the upcoming weekend, and then rain likely again as we get into next week, and the pattern stays really active for the end of February into March. So it looks like March will be coming in like a lion. All right, let's get a check on the view through our Millionaire Cam. It is beautiful out there. Clear skies, and clear skies not just in Virginia, but all across the eastern half of the nation. Big area of high pressure sitting over the mid-Mississippi Valley, and that is keeping our skies clear, keeping us cold. It's going to lead to a cold night tonight, but it's also going to give us some nice weather this weekend. All right, here's the current snow cover. The outlying area is what we got from yesterday's storm and into the Piedmont and coastal plain of North Carolina. That's the area that we see the bullseye of heaviest snowfall there, and some of this into southeast Virginia as well. Lows tonight, teens and very low 20s. High temperatures tomorrow will rebound really nicely. Look at this, a big jump, making it up into the low and mid 50s. It'll feel great tomorrow. We're going to do that with full sunshine. It's going to be a beautiful day. We'll have a southwest wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour and a high temperature of 54. All right, looking ahead, here's what we have right now. We've got the cold air in place. Now, as we get into next week, we're going to see a surge of warmer air moving in. This is Tuesday. We'll see temperatures in the 60s at that point. But watch what happens late next week. Another surge of cold air. This could be even colder than what we're dealing with right now. And we're going to see several surges of cold air to finish out February and head into March. So, looking at your temperature trend, we're going to stay above normal here all the way through Wednesday, and then it gets colder as we get into late next week. All right, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. It is going to be cold tonight into tomorrow morning. Otherwise, the weekend looks great. And then the rain starts setting in late on Monday and heading into the middle part of next week before it gets cold again.
All right, Zach, thank you. Well, there is one place you can go to learn about the newest trends in healthy living and get a good workout into. The Thrive Women's Health and Fitness Expo, presented by CBS 6, is next Saturday, February 29th. And this year's event is at a new location. It'll be at the Richmond Raceway Complex. Celebrity fitness trainers Autumn Calabrese and Joel Freeman will be there. General admission is $5, but you'll need to buy a separate ticket if you want to work out with Autumn and Joel. And we have more details on our website at WTVR.com and on the free WTVR app. A local foundation is getting a boost and an opportunity to help more children. Here's a big check that will go to make the Make-A-Wish Foundation here in Central Virginia a little happier and a little bit better to do things with kids. We're going to tell you just how many children this will help get their wishes granted.
It just kind of hurts the soul to know that people don't really like me that much.
He's the guy who took a dip in the restaurant kitchen sink on a slow night at work at the Wendy's. Now everybody in the country is talking about his TikTok video. Next, hear what the 19-year-old is saying about his unexpected stardom.
Doppler Max 6 is sponsored by the law firm of Allen & Allen. The injury attorneys of Allen & Allen are here to fight for compensation for your injuries. Visit allenandallen.com.
When the road ahead is uncertain, follow the team that knows exactly where to go. Like the personal injury law firm of Allen & Allen. If you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, call us. Because experience matters.
Keep more presidents in your pocket with President's Day savings at Schul's Home. Low holiday prices store-wide, plus monumental savings up to $400 off any purchase, or save with up to 2 years no interest during Schul's Home's President's Day savings event.
Wow, that's Ensure Max Protein with high protein and 1 gram sugar.
It's a sit-up, banana, bend at the waist. I'm trying.
Keep it up. You'll get there.
Whoa!
30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. Ensure Max Protein. It's starting to happen every day. People are surprising themselves the moment they realize they can do more with less asthma. Thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't for sudden breathing problems. It can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Don't use if allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor right away about signs of inflamed blood vessels such as rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection and before stopping any asthma medicines, including oral steroids. Do more with less asthma. Talk to your doctor about Dupixent.
Spend time with RVA's inspired community of women on Saturday, February 29th at Thrive, the Women's Health and Fitness Expo. Join us on the Thrive stage and hear from local evidential medium Jay Marie about the importance of self-care and hear a live reading. Then learn from Enneagram expert Marianne Wampler about the Enneagram, the real deal on relationships. It's all happening at Thrive, the Women's Health and Fitness Expo, Saturday, February 29th. Better health, better wellness, better you. Sponsored by American Family Fitness.
Keep more presidents in your pocket with President's Day savings at Schul's Home. Low holiday prices store-wide, plus monumental savings up to $400 off any purchase, or save with up to 2 years no interest during Schul's Home's President's Day savings event.
Like an excellent surgeon, the personal injury lawyers at Allen & Allen have earned their reputation based on a history of service and success. If you've been seriously injured due to someone else's negligence, call us, because results matter.
New at 5, a big donation will help a local charity make children's dreams come true. This morning, McGeorge Toyota presented a massive $20,000 check to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Greater Virginia. The money will go towards granting the wishes of children in Richmond who are battling life-threatening medical conditions. The president of the Make-A-Wish Foundation says right now there are 275 children in the area waiting to have their wish granted, and the generous donation will help make those wishes a reality.
It brings them a sense of normalcy and really brings that healing opportunity to not only the child but to the entire family.
This is the 6th year McGeorge Toyota has partnered with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Caught on camera, a bear minding its own business caused quite a stir in California. News crews sent out a helicopter to track the bear just moseying through the neighborhood. The bear was spotted at 5:30 this morning in a city near LA. You can see it walking by cars, even a news van, and then exploring somebody's driveway. Somebody's dogs were barking at the bear. This is the second day in a row a bear's been spotted walking through a neighborhood there.
Almost got fired for this. I think it ended up worse than that. We have an update to a story we told you earlier this week that made headlines across the country. Several Wendy's employees were fired after video surfaced showing one of them taking a bath in the restaurant's kitchen sink. Now we're hearing from one of the people involved in the video. Here it is, closer look, a shirtless man in the sink. Then another person in uniform throws something into the sink and yells, "Wash yourself." Our sister station in Michigan met up with the 19-year-old in the bath and talked to him about the video going viral and the backlash.
I am Paul Cash, and I'm the Wendy's bath kid. I heard a lot of rumors, saying, "Oh my gosh, you got fired," and then they called me and said I was fired. I was like, I guess so. I like to see other people happy, and it just kind of hurts the soul to know that people don't really like me that much.
Well, Cash says he doesn't hold it against the restaurant and still loves their nuggets. The health department evaluated the restaurant since the incident, and everything has been sanitized. I get it when you're young and dumb, but seriously, he had to know way better than that. I mean, why would you think, and then you post it?
All these kids want social media fame, and they see the people who are making millions off of their followers. That's what they're trying to do, without thinking of what could happen in your real life, because this is your job.
Yeah, when you do something really stupid, not only people do not follow you, they just comment and just call you an idiot. So if that's what you're going for, have at it.
The Wendy's bath kid. All right, blinded by a laser pointer. Investigators say a laser pointer nearly blinded a pilot trying to navigate the night skies. We'll tell you how the person who did this was eventually arrested.